I would like to welcome all of you, parents, staff, students, to our 1990 Joseph H. Gaudet 8th grade graduation. In looking back, it's very difficult, and it's really hard to believe that 4 short years ago, many of you were preparing to enter the middle school with the same kind of anxiety, apprehension, and maybe even some enthusiasm as you are about to leave us and enter the high school and adult life. I'm sure 4 years ago you said to yourselves, what is it going to be like at the middle school? Am I going to be successful? What kinds of experiences will I have? And will I make friends? And I'm sure when you enter the high school, the most important one out of all of those will be, will I make friends? That tends to be what is on students' minds. We're not going to deal with academics or how successful, but will I make a friend? And after 4 short years, I'm sure for some it's felt like an eternity, you do have friends. They're sitting next to you, they're sitting across from you, but you have done that. You have made that transition from elementary through the middle school. You've been given new experiences. You have met many difficult challenges, and you are now, or you have arrived. You're about to embark probably on the most spectacular of all those challenges, entering high school and that of adult life. I would just like to say to you that your teachers have been behind you. They have motivated you. They have stuck with you. We're not going to forget parents, because without those parents, without them making those sacrifices, again, motivating, and at times maybe even threatening to get you to get those homework assignments in, study for that last exam, we owe you a great deal of thanks. You need to the 8th graders, you need to sacrifice, spend time, put a lot of hard work into the next group of years that are about to face you. And the most important thing, you need to believe in yourselves. Believe that you will be successful, and you will. So when you do leave here in a very short period of time, you have met one of the last challenges for elementary life. From now on, you are a high school student, and you are becoming a young adult. Thank you. I'd like to introduce Kerry Spencer, President of the Student Council. Come on, Kerry.
Members of the faculty, staff, and students, I would like to take this time to congratulate all 8th grade students for striving to do their best during the last 4 years. During the course of the year, the 8th grade students found a way to learn and mature like young adults and to take a great deal of responsibility. The 8th grade would like to give their thanks and appreciation to all faculty and staff for doing such a great job. They really made Gaudet years fun and enjoyable. I also like to thank my parents for helping me through junior high, and hopefully they'll survive as I go through high school. Thank you.
Thank you, Kerry. I'd like to introduce the 7th and 8th grade chorus under the direction of Miss Gardella. They will sing Alleluia and The Wind Beneath My Wings.
We will now award the graduation certificates. Certificates will be awarded by homeroom. We would appreciate if you'd kindly hold your applause until the end of each homeroom. Homeroom 204, Mrs. Gilio. Jennifer Aldrich. Melissa Allen. Jason Andrews. Reginald Angeles. Heather Baker. Alex Beckers. Kyle Bennett. Susan Betancourt. Sarah Blakely. Jamie Brower. Daniel Cardoza. Oja Cashman. Rhonda Cherry. Kevin Christensen. Brian Clayton. Aaron Coffey. Megan Connell. Amy Conrad. Philip Coriander. Michael Cosgrove. Chris Costa. Scott Coucher. Robert Coviello. Dana Daly, Cammie Davidson. Joshua Davis. And Jackie Grossman. Mr. Diamond, room 247. Tawanda Andrews. Joseph Bueller, Charles Day, Randy Dickinson, Rachel Dixon, Vanna Douillet, Lindsay Dufault, Catherine Dutra, Lauren Durand, Paul Dijak, Jeff Farnham, Jed Flaherty, John Fliss, David Gibson, Brian Gilman, Jay Gunlack, Tim Wall, Deborah Hackett, Michael Hayes, Tara Hook, Becky Howard, Patricia Hussey, Calvin Jenkins, Heather Johnson, Alicia Kelly, Ryan Kern, and Chuck Mertzik. Mrs. Reen, homeroom 251. Donald Nyes. Kumi Kobayashi. John Leo. Jennifer LaPriori, Dan Larson, Elizabeth Lind, Vanessa McCalla, Jennifer McGee, Kelly McCauley, Shannon McLean, Ryan McCrillis, Joe Mello, Danielle Michaud, Mike Matosa, Sean Mugridge, Erica Niehoff, James Nugent, Joe Parham, Mike Parnell, Robert Perez, John Pettit, Jeffrey Pham, Heidi Pinksaw, Michael Porco, Charmaine West, Room 253, Mrs. McCarthy, Ms. Corcoran. Eileen Quinn, Philip Quinn, Nicole Raffa, Fred Raposa, Vanessa Reno, Kirk Robinson, Jamie Rogers, Susan Schwartz. Charles Seidel. Jake Silva. Katie Sinnott. Chris Skipper. Jonathan Smith. Jennifer Steffen. Paul Stewart. Aaron Soares. Allison Subin. Mike Tesario. Mark Trapella. Susan Twist. Mark Varecchia. Cheryl Walco. Tim Ward. Wendy Welch. Jeremy Whitty. And Rachel Wood. Room 245, Miss Nassani and Miss Saunier. Angela Aguirre. Jay Aguirre. Mike Alexander. Ken Angel. Adam Anton. Lisa Ark. Doug Ostero. Joseph Barbaro. Teresa Barnes. Chad Bowman. Andrea Beebe. Matt Bellucci. Nikki Bernard. Jason Bishop, Rodney Coble, Paul Brandt, Kevin Bulk, Elena Byron, Melanie Schaubs, Stacy Christensen, Sarah Clark, Meredith Cloutier, James Cadiro, Heather Coviello, Rebecca Cripps, John Cullifer, Lee Duntman, Donald Sylvia, Room 249, Mr. Espinola. Stephanie Delaney. Carl Dobbins. Richard Finn. Jeff Flowers. Jason Foley. Amy Frazier. Brett Freitas. Richard Gallipo. Vicki Gilmore. Tyrone Gordon. Rebecca Harris. Heather Hawes. Laura Haviland. Heidi Hetland. Richard Haas. Jennifer Hollis. Lynn Hugendorn. Lynn Hudson. Karen Ingano. Fred James. Elizabeth Jordan. Adam Kamenetz. Room 250, Mr. O'Donnell. Jean Gallegos, Michelle Haas. Megan King. David Krizek. Keith Lewis. Thomas Lima. Jeremy Lopes. Beth Lugan. Kelly Lytle. Shannon McMillan. Chanel McMillan. Aaron Manning. Keith Manville. Amy Martin. Corey Mass. Sue Medeiros. Maret Musfeld. Michael Minchner. Tom McCoy. Peter Morsitis. Eric Moore. J.J. Nippert. Kevin Nine. Paul Nocon. Kim Perry. Scott Pickens. Aaron Palat and Jolethea McCutcheon. Room 255, Mr. Anthony. Hernan Medina. Joshua Rigo. Kendall Ring. Michelle Rodricks. Janelle Rivera, Sean Rosado, Marianne Roy, Craig Ruggiero, Alicia Rule, Naoko Sato, Rhoda Sanchez, Jeremy Sorreo, Mark Shaliro, Chris Sespico, Jennifer Silva, Allison Smith, Carrie Spencer, James Toner, Sarah Travis, Stacy Venancio, Michael Ventura, Jessica Weaver, Kristen White, Amy Wildermuth, Philip Wisdom, and Hilda Vieira. And those are our graduates from grade 8, 1990. Your graduation offers me a time to reflect, to ponder the year past and the years to come. And I urge each one of you to take the time to ponder, to observe the world, and think about your place in it. As an 8th grader, you've probably found yourself in the limbo of growing up. Too old for the toys of a younger age, too young for the toys of an older one. And therein lies the struggle. How do the significant adults in your life set limits without confrontation? Teach responsibility and independence without losing you to a society that tempts you to move too far, too fast. Each year, I find myself referring to the survivors of grade 8. As adolescents, you change at a torrid pace. And I suppose the true survivors are those adults with whom you have daily contact. Many of us share a view that 8th grade graduation is itself a rite of survival. And for me, having my own daughter in 8th grade this year has brought a new perspective to the experience, and whether she has survived me or I have survived her remains to be seen, and that jury is still out. You are coming of age in a time when your choices must be made in light of their impact on your fellow human beings, other living creatures, and the environment. Remember, you are important, but not for the clothes that you wear, or where you live, or with whom you associate. Your importance probably doesn't even depend on your grades, but rather it depends on the kind of person you are, showing caring and sensitivity to your world. It's a big chore for you to define yourself, so from the adults in your life, you demand a lot. We become the role models for your behavior and your attitudes. As young adolescents, you're very good at reminding us about the contradictions in the adult world. So for you to learn to listen well, we must learn to hear. And for you to learn to be honest, we must have integrity. And for you to learn to value the differences within the human race, we must model respect for every person. And so we struggle. During our visits to the Boston Museum of Science, we viewed a film on the Great Barrier Reef in the Omni Theater. A line in the dialogue of that film struck me. Quote, "Science is discovering what the Aborigine knew. So I guess adolescence is a science. You discover on your own what we are willing to share from experience. And sometimes you seem determined to learn the hard way. So we pulled you and tugged you through class and crisis. And we tried to protect you from the adolescent arrogance of knowing it all." Alan Jorganis, in his book, The Oldest Living Confederate Widow Tells All, describes adolescence, quote, "as an age when the only world event that counts is whatever mood you're in that day." And we thought we were teaching you social studies. In a sense, we have spent a year trying to put square pegs into round holes, working at smoothing down the edges until you fit. Your teachers have tried to prepare you for a future by reminding you of the past. And it wasn't always easy. To an 8th grader, the past might well be defined as in terms of television reruns. All of you, the graduates, and all of us, the staff, are wiser for having shared this year with each other. 8th grade is a special experience, and for some of us, it's an exhausting experience. Those teachers who have patiently shared with you their knowledge have also shared with you a part of their own lives, and they deserve to be thanked. And so as there are beginnings, there are also endings. And from all of us at the middle school, congratulations, good luck, and goodbye.
Before we conclude, I'm sure many of you would like to see a recap of this entire graduation. It will be aired on Heritage Cable Channel 8, June 26th at 3 p.m., the 27th at 3:30, and the 29th at 3 p.m. You are welcome, the parents, students. We have refreshments on the side here. You're welcome to stay. If not, you may leave with your parents and have a fantastic summer. Thank you very much.